Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is TDT, the developing trader, coming back at you with another video. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you are ready for this new week. Let's start off with our weekly analysis and projections by looking at our calendar coming up this week. All right. So Monday, February 23rd at 8 a.m. we have FOMC member Waller speaks. Then we have Tuesday at 10 a.m. we have consumer confidence along with Richmond manufacturing index. And then at 9 p.m. President Trump speaks during the Asian market. All right. Wednesday we have nothing. It's a clear day on Wednesday. Followed by Thursday 8:30 we have unemployment claims, and then we'll be closing out the week Friday February 27th at 8:30 red folder PPI coming at you on Friday. Ladies and gentlemen, prepare yourselves and let's get ready. So we're gonna jump into our charts and let's see what's been going on and what we are anticipating for this coming week. All right, so starting off here, popping off with dollar on a daily chart. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, every time I do these videos and I listen back, I always notice it's so much that I should have said, would have said, didn't say, and you know, I don't even know what to say, but I be trying to put it all together. I normally freestyle these videos. Like, this is my first time looking at this chart now, getting ready for tomorrow, the first time for today. I've been studying all weekend, but doing an analysis, I normally come with a clear mind, leaving the chart alone, and I just do the analysis for YouTube. So this is kind of like I'm getting my fresh weekly look while doing this video. Okay, so we were talking about dollar last week, and what we were waiting to see if dollar would go ahead and take this high, which it did. If you remember on the video, I said specifically I wanted to see if we would get a body laid down above this candle, which I did not believe would happen. Okay, so look at it. On Thursday we go up into this gap that I mentioned during the midweek check-in, rejects. Okay, we go into that gap again, give it another test on Friday, and we reject again. Okay, nobody has closed above this high as yet, so I'm expecting price to return back into this gap during this week, and I want to see what happens if we're able to get through this wick right here in the quadrants. So we may come into these quadrants right here at about mid EQ of this quadrant right here, 50%, and we may see some sensitivity there. Now let's say we get to that midpoint, right, and we just boom, blow right through it. Then we look at that same midpoint and see if it allows for more selling on the other side of this price action. Okay, but for now we're looking to see if it has enough strength to get back up into this area once it falls back. So this week I'm expecting price to fall into this area, and then we see if we have strength to keep going up, or does it break this structure down during the week. Okay, that's us for dollar. Let's jump on to NQ. Alrighty, and my baby nasty Nas NQ coming at you. So you remember we were saying earlier in the week at the midweek point, I told you guys from 2 weeks ago actually at this point that I expected this fall, but I did not think it would go ahead and break this price structure right away. What it has been doing though is it's been giving us a lot of consolidation right in this gap that we mentioned during the midweek check-in. So looking at it right here, remember I said it's a lot of gaps, and I thought that price would want to balance these gaps out, and you can see what it's been doing. It hasn't gotten to this higher gap as yet, which is interesting. But you can see that it's a lot of back and forth in these gaps, balancing that out. Like, take a look. This is Wednesday, it goes up, rejects that gap. Okay, then Thursday moves up again into this gap, rejects it once again. On Friday we come and clear out both Wednesday and Thursday's price action, And remember, I told you guys, look for the wicks. I said I didn't think we would break this structure, but we would come down and then watch what's happening at these wicks. So right here at the quarter level of this wick from Tuesday, you can see we get a reaction, and then price goes all the way up and takes the liquidity from above here again in this zone that's consolidating. This has been a rough week, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure that you're scaling back, like I said on the midweek check-in. And a lot of times you need to take profit before it's getting to external liquidity. Price is having a hard time running liquidity a lot of times intraday. It'll reach all the way up, take a liquidity that's lower to the mean external liquidity, and then it will reject, okay? So somehow I want to incorporate, like if you see some of my older videos, I did intraday analysis and I showed you what was happening on a 5-minute and on a 1-minute chart. I want to eventually get back to that so we can start to talk about fake SMTs, real SMTs, and also the different types of SMTs. There are a lot of people that focus on SMT. SMT is a secondary thing for me nowadays because reading raw price action is where it's really at, honestly. But when you have that SMT in the play, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man, it's like gas on the fire, okay? So what do I think is gonna happen this week? I'm looking at what has happened previously. Let's look at a weekly real quick because on the daily, this is consolidation. Look, we took the lows, we take the high, all right? Same thing here, we're going low, we don't take that liquidity, we go back into this gap. Now we're working these gaps. In order for me to really feel confident in a bullish price action right now, we would need to print a body up here, okay? And then revert back down into this area, similar to what I'm seeing in dollar, where it clears the gap and then returns to the gap, okay? That's something you should look at intraday. It's a very strong piece of price action, okay? So this week we'll see if we have another rejection, if we have some more consolidation, or does price want to break out of this zone. And you see we have this liquidity sitting below the market. But like I keep telling you, I don't feel like it's all the way bearish just yet. It may want to pop back up here, hit all-time highs again, and then have some really aggressive selling. All right. So this week, watch these gaps. Let's see if we're able to get to this liquidity above the market with this bullish sentiment that we ended the week with. Let's see if we can maintain this gap going into Monday, or does it come all the way back down through this gap? Because it may open, go up, come back, touch this gap, and that might give us a run up, right? But you want to monitor the price intraday, because if it jumps out the block and gaps down and we get into, let's say, Monday morning New York open and it's down here and it's already kind of breaking these levels, then I'll be looking more for a small gap in here to take us into the liquidity below. Okay, so that's how I'm looking at it this week. It's very complicated at this time. If you don't understand intraday price action at, I won't say a high level, but at least a medium level, sit back, watch, and study what's happening until we get some better days. Okay, so like I told you guys last week, I'll only be doing NQ moving forward. So I'm gonna call it right there. Once again, I'm wishing you guys a positive week. Please remain focused. Please keep yourself in a positive mind. I know it's tough right now when we're in these consolidations. To my scalpers, you're probably loving it. You can scalp it up, scalp it down once you know your model and you're sticking to your model, okay? But for some of you guys that like to trade higher time frames, this is a rough time, man. I feel it for you guys, okay? But even to you guys, drop down into a lower chart and just study price a little bit if you have some time, okay? So that's gonna be me for the day. Wishing you the best. I'll see you on Wednesday with the midweek check-in, and this is TDT out. Peace.